看的是2015赛季 WSB 世界拳击联赛中国龙队在主场的第4场比赛，而他们今天晚上的对手将是强大的英国狮心王队。爱奇艺网站呢将对咱们 WSB 的全部7场比赛进行直播，那么中央电视台体育频道也将会对比赛进行直播或者录播。那我们的比赛呢，采取的是国际拳联的最新的规则，运动员们在比赛当中是不能佩戴比赛头盔，不穿着比赛背心。那么比赛的回合数呢，也从奥运会的3个回合增加到了5个回合。应该说，对于选手们的体能和意志力都是非常强大的挑战。而且这样比赛的赛制呢，可以说是大大的增强了比赛的激烈的程度以及观赏性。那么打分的规则呢，也是按照国际拳联的最新规则，是采取10分制的计分规则。也就是说，获胜的运动员在一回合的当中呢，是获得10分。那么5个回合的积分相加，就是最后的总得分。本场比赛，我们的赛事总监是来自印度的纳西先生。Supervisor of the event, we have Mr. Nasi. Mr. Nasi.It's good to have you. 欢迎纳西先生。那么，本场比赛的拳坛医生是来自哈萨克斯坦的吉姆先生，欢迎吉姆先生。Ringside doctor, we have Mr. Kim from Kazakhstan. Welcome you. 激动人心的时刻马上就带来了，下面让我们请出。首先进行比赛的2位选手，52公斤级的客队英国队的选手凯尔文，掌声欢迎他。
Well, here we go with bout number 1 of the evening. Some rather long-winded introductions there. We just saw Kelvin Delanieve have a little bit of a false start as he came down the stairs there. But now he is able to make his way to the ring. Made his debut a couple of weeks ago against Cuba. Lost on points against Barney Vitia, who's the AIBA WSB Boxer of the Week. Vitia now 11-0, 2013 World Bronze medalist. So that was a very, very tough test, and you were very impressed with Richie, I think.
I thought he boxed very well indeed against the Cuban, this fella here. He was just beaten to the punch, and the Cuban was just a little bit too slippery for him, but he was always in there, and he gave a great account of himself and kept going.
Big introduction there for Chang Yong, who will be contesting this one at flyweight, 52 kilograms. Lost by unanimous decision in Cuba to the man we've just been talking about, Yosbani Vitia. He did take a round on one of the cards. So a similar performance really to Delanieve.
曹勇是有备而来，我们可以看到他非常的放松啊，向全场的观众致意。接下来的比赛当中呢，也希望你们把最大的掌声和欢呼声给我们的常勇，给他加油助威啊，充分的感受一下主场的这种愉悦。好，下面请允许我介绍一下2位选手的基本的情况。那么客队的选手凯尔文，他的国籍是西班牙啊，他是一位外援，英国队的。那么52公斤，身高是165公分，年龄28岁。他的战绩呢是拿过2次地中海杯的冠军。那么他对手主队中国龙队的常勇，来自中国贵州，身高是170公分，年龄27岁。他的历史战绩是2010年的亚运会亚军啊，2位都是非常有实力的选手。那么本场比赛的台上裁判是来自澳大利亚的冯沃特先生。Inside the ring, in charge of the action, we have referee Feng Walt from Australia. Welcome you.
Hi guys.
Well, the referee just calls it to centre ring for his final instructions.
Watch your head. No low blow. No holding.
And there are the 5 judges ringside. 3 of those will be selected at random to score this bout. Delanieve, the double European Championship medalist, got silver in 2008, bronze in 2010. boxed at the Olympics in Beijing in 2008, so has been over to China before.
Box.
Flurry of punches there from Delanieve, both at the moment just trying to establish that jab if they can. Better looking jab there from the Lionheart. Caught with a couple of left hands though from Yong.
Looking at Yong's record, to take a round off the Cuban, Vieite, was very good indeed. That shows that this kid must have something about him. And straight away I'm very impressed with the way he's going about things. He will switch now and again. Already he's gone to southpaw a couple of times. Very low left hand, this Chinese boxer, but he's in and out with his feet, so you can tell here straight away that his strength is probably that in and out boxing. Movement with the feet takes him in and out of range, and he's trying to beat Delanieve to the punch. There it is again, look, so he's quicker off the mark, and this is where you've got to try and get that first round under your belt. You've got to come out of the traps very quickly indeed.
Well, Delanieve looked nice and relaxed as he made his way into the ring. It was a slightly different story a couple of weeks ago. Some of the British fighters travelling away to Havana looked a little bit tense, knowing the kind of opposition they were up against, and he looked nice and loose as he walked into the ring, which is generally a good sign. But as you say, Chang Yong has just started with a little bit more purpose out of the two. Plenty of movement from Delanieve.
Now Delanieve just showed me something there that he's got to concentrate on a little bit more here. Against this fella, Yong, you watch when Yong attacks, as he comes away, his left hand is far too low. So when he makes the attack, that's when Delanieve has just got to spring into action and counter-attack and try and get back at him, because this fella moves away from him with a very low left hand indeed.
Left hand, Delanieve didn't miss by much there. Does look like he can catch Chang Yong with that at times. He likes to get into three-quarter range, the Chinese boxer, doesn't he, Richie? He's never too far away.
Yep, Delanieve has actually adapted very well here. He's upped his game in terms of his movement. But Yong, most certainly, he's quick in and out. But it's when he's moving away, that's when he's open. He lands some good shots, but coming away, low guard. So you've got to quickly attack him as he's attacking you and get him on the way out. Look how low his hands are there.
Heading towards the end of the first round. How to score this one?
This is a close round indeed. I think Yong may just have nicked it, but Delanieve there, he may have taken one of the judges. Close round and a fast, lively opener there.
Bit of continuity here for the Lionhearts in terms of selection. As mentioned, it's exactly the same team that went to Cuba 2 weeks ago, so that allows people to settle into the routine more. Prior to that, Jack Bateson has had a fighter this way, as has Andrew Selby.
Some good action here. Yong there, see how he just switched to southpaw. Watch as he's moving away, he gets caught there with a shot. His chin's right up in the air, and he's got a low left hand, and that's a recipe to be on the seat of your pants if you're not watching what you're doing here. Let's just have a look at the judges' scores if we can.
Well, 3 scoring judges ringside. The 10-point must, of course, in all boxing now. That came in for the World Championships in Almaty back at the end of 2013. We may catch up with them just a little bit later on. Wouldn't be surprised, though, if they'd gone in 2 different directions, 10-9s either way, really. Referee gets the second round underway.
There's that right hand. That's what he's got to target here, Delanieve. That right hand counter, especially as this fella's coming forward. He's got a good jab, Yong. But look, he's open to that right hand. You've just got to time that shot as he's throwing the left. Throw the right hand, quicken up your feet and try and catch him as he's moving away. That's the order of the day here against Yong.
Zhang Yong happy just to wait and try and draw a lead a lot of the time. He caught a right hand there, though, from Della Nieve. Again, the left hand coming in.
I think you've got to put Young under a little bit of pressure here. That's a nice jab from Della Nieve. I think Young is starting to settle into a rhythm here now, working behind that jab, holding the centre of the ring, and he's getting away with it. I think Della Nieve has just got to up the pace a little bit, in and out with the feet like he did in that first round, and put him under a little bit of pressure, because going back, as I said, he's open. He's not going to be open if you allow him to just work with that jab from centre.
Always interesting with the crowds in China. They respond when their man does something of note, but the rest of the time they're kind of watching rapt silence. It's the same when you watch a fight from Macau, massive fight from Macau this weekend actually, Zhu Shiming in action for the IBF flyweight title against Amnat Ronreng. That was a slip as called by the referee.
Dictating the pace and rhythm now. Young is boxing much better. He's just waiting, look on the outside, it's in and out stuff, but the tempo is suiting him down to the ground. He's starting to take control here. Della Nieve has got to do things different, got to quicken those feet up and double up his attacks and sustain a little bit of pressure on Young. That's what he's got to do.
Della Nieve trying to get the right away to the body. Della Nieve missing with the left hand. Come towards the end of the second round. Mentioned that fight involving Shiming, double Olympic gold medalist. China, which has previously been a untapped resource possibly in terms of world boxing, beginning to come to the fore. Rex Zhou from Hong Kong, another fighter coming through, and all of these China Dragons will look at the likes of Zhu Shiming and what he achieved in young paid ranks, and now as a professional, Richie, and they'll fancy some of that, quite simply. Absolutely.
Well, if we thought the first round was close, there's no question here that Young's taken this second round, dictated it very well from centre, boxed at his pace, and was a lot better with his movement in and out with the feet. He's still open because his hands are so low, but he just dictated the tempo there, and for me took the second round pretty convincingly.
Della Nieve quickly off his stool. Saw an interview with Jack Bateson yesterday. He was saying that he's hoping to be in action in their next home match, which will be in a couple of weeks. The Lionhearts after this have got back-to-back home matches on the 12th and the 19th. I think he's been away at the Stranger tournament. Andrew Selby at this weight as well. So they do have some really good options at flyweights, the Lionhearts.
He's got to up the tempo. He's got to try and repeat that form from the first round. His feet are a little bit too slow, and he's just trying single attacks occasionally, which just isn't enough. That's where he's got to go again. See, that was a single attack there. You've got to put the pressure on this guy and target the right hand. As he comes, throw the right hand down the middle and then go again.
Pushing out the left at that time, really, Zhang Yong. Although there's not very much lateral movement from Young. He's still difficult to catch clean, isn't he? He just jumps back and rides punches and just moves out of range.
Well, you've just said it. He's difficult to catch there. That was lovely head movement. Lovely boxing skills there from Young, the way he avoided those shots. But he's difficult to catch because his feet are quick. He's in and out with the feet. This kid has got fast feet indeed. But most definitely he's going to be vulnerable, I think, being put under pressure because he doesn't get his left hand into the on-guard position. So you have to put him under a little bit. You try and force him back to the ropes, he may have problems. You see, most of Young's work is from centre of the ring. That's where he's comfortable and he's dictating the tempo again. De La Nieve started this contest well, but now look how square he is with his feet there. Bad mistake and he gets punished there. De La Nieve. That's what he should be doing. Now he's got to keep the pressure on.
Well, he went to let the right hand go, then changed his mind. His weight had come through from the shoulders and the hip, and he was just caught standing there, covered up, and
hesitated, but he got caught, didn't he?
It was just a sitting target, really. Let's go with the right hand again there. Chang Young happy just to circle, give away centre ring. Heads maybe came together just a little bit at the end of that third round. Yet to see any scorecards.
Yeah, that's a little bit disappointing because we normally see the scorecards. But again, I expect this fella in red here to be another round up. Some good boxing from him. Some lovely head movement at one point, but he's in and out, quick with the feet. Gets away with it there. Look how low his left hand is, but that was lovely movement with the head, how he moved out the way. But he's dictating the pace and tempo. Working well to the body there also.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Round 4 of this opening bout at flyweight. Kelvin De La Nieve for the British Lionhearts in the blue shorts. Chang Young of the China Dragons in the red.
This would be so much of a different contest if Young was to hold his feet and trade. That really brings De La Nieve into it. But he's a clever lad, this Chinese boxer. He hits and he moves and he keeps a gap all the time. Look at the distance. He's working with his jab there. He just wants to keep the gap between himself and his opponent, and that's where he's comfortable. And that again is why De La Nieve has got to try and close that gap down and put him under pressure.
How does he go about doing that? He hasn't really jabbed, has he, at all during the fight?
He hasn't sustained any pressure. He just does single attacks. He waits for his opponent. He catches him now and again, which is good, but then he's got to go again. You've got to put him under and sustain the pressure. Double up the attacks. This is better luck. You see, now he's coming into it. If Young holds his feet, if you can draw him into a toe-to-toe battle, De La Nieve then is in with a shout.
Right hand fell a little bit short, but he is managing to get in at closer quarters there.
Having a bit of success, isn't he?
Most of the punches taken on the forearms. Even when he covers up, he holds his hands fairly low, Chang Young. He tucks those elbows down and looks to protect the body rather than his head.
Well, yeah, because that's right, Andy. Any good moving boxer is probably vulnerable downstairs. That's how you slow the feet down. With a moving boxer, you target his body, hurt him downstairs, the feet slow down, and then you can go to work then with your own combinations to the head. And that's why he tucks up. Young tries to protect those ribs. You see, he's always on the move, this guy. He's a clever lad, clever boxer.
Just pushes out that jab. Right hand came back from De La Nieve.
Good little throw, Delanieve. His feet come flat now and again. But he has a style which would probably please a lot of crowds. He wants to trade. Look at Young, he's hitting and moving. It'd be difficult to do that for 12 rounds in a professional contest for a title. But it's horses for courses, and he's chosen the right tactics here, Young.
4 rounds down in this opening bout of tonight's match. Opening bout can often be so very important.
Good boxing again from Young. He's in and out. Holding the centre of the ring. That was a little bit better from Delanieve. Good little left up there. Look at Young, he's even switched there. Now he's going downstairs. There's always a gap between himself and his opponent. He adjusts his feet. Boxes to his strengths.
Both saw the British Lionhearts a week ago at York Hall against Mexico Guerreros. Richie, they moved the weights around on that occasion, so the first British Lionheart in the ring was Sam Maxwell. I think most people probably expected him to win. He didn't. GB just never really recovered from it.
Well, Sam Maxwell started off very well indeed in that contest, but then held his feet, got caught time and again, and just fell into the trap of what the Mexican boxer was trying to set in terms of making him hold his feet, drag him into a toe-to-toe battle, and Sam fell for it, and he come off second best. We've had a good talk with him this week, and he knows how to box to his strengths, does Sam Maxwell. He's a good kid.
Really can give the team a big boost just to get that point on the scoreboard after the opening fight. Doubled up on the jab. It was arm jab really, and tried to come in behind it there, Delanieve. Chang's using those feet that you've been mentioning, Richie, just to back pedal. He stands up straight, doesn't he? All the movement comes from the hip and above.
His strength is his movement though. He's got fast hands, he's in and out. Look, watch your head. Okay. And it's rare you see him on the ropes.
You look at the areas of the ring that he occupies, actually, you could draw a big circle from the centre of the ring, couldn't you? And he would never go in it.
Absolutely, yeah. That's how he's coached and how he's been schooled. His strength is his movement and his speed, in and out. And the danger areas are the ropes and the corners, and that's why you rarely see him there. If he does get backed in, he soon either holds or he moves away. Watch him here now, he's on the ropes, watch him move, there you go. I'm not going to be left there.
I think he maybe just fancies in the last minute of this contest just putting a few more punches on Delanieve if he can.
Well, he'll want to end this contest strongly. He's on home sore, remember. It's been a good performance from Young. Like we've said, he's boxed to his strengths. That movement, that speed. He is open here and there, but it's difficult to actually catch him because of that movement that he has. Delanieve has just been a little bit too slow on his feet, and he started the contest quite well, but it slipped away from him.
Well, the bell goes at the end of the contest. I don't think there's any real doubt that that's going to go the way of the China Dragons. 50-45s, 49-46s possibly. We'll see when we get the scorecards.
第一场52公斤级的比赛结束了。现在呢，我们正在紧张的等待裁判的最后。
In and out with his work. Just working on the outside there. Gets caught with a little shot, but Delanieve just doesn't back him up enough. Delanieve again. He's not a bad kid, Delanieve, but he needs people to stand in front of him and trade. So he's a little bit limited against a moving boxer. He tends to struggle, and that's what's happened here.
Just having a slight problem getting the gloves off Delanieve. Young in the middle of the ring, ready for the announcement.
最后的结果究竟是怎么样的呢？应该说这场比赛，双方势均力敌，互有攻守。
He certainly had a couple of tough away trips. Vanna and now over to China. Clocked up some serious miles, Kelvin Delanieve.
A few boos in the crowd, so you know you're up against it when the crowd start booing because you can't get your gloves off, Andy. You know you're up against it.
Well, here we go.
"现在裁判的打分的结果已经出来了，我首先用英文报一遍啊。这场比赛呢，最终是分歧性的判定，比分的结果，1号裁判打分是48比47，2号裁判打分是48比47，3号裁判的打分是46比49。Ladies and gentlemen, the scores of the bout by split decision. Judge number 1, 48-47. Judge number 2, 48-47. Judge number 3, 46-49. And winner on point by split decision in red corner, Chang Yong.
Well, it's gone to Chang Yong in the red corner as we thought it would, but the two scores that he's won it by were both 48-47s, unless my eyes deceive me there, Richie. One judge has given that 49-46 to Kelvin Delanieve.
Well, I really, that amazed me. I don't know what contest that judge was watching. I really don't. You have to appreciate that this fella clearly won the fight. Obviously, that judge liked Delanieve going forward, but